Welcome to Patty's World, where we talk everything mindset, manifestation, and some lifestyle. Thanks for joining me for this video. Okay, I want to talk about the power of words. I don't know if you've heard about this study, and you can Google it. Dr. Emoto, Masaru Emoto, and he talked about the energy of words. And now we understand that everything is energy and that everything has an energetic vibration. And here's why: the way you talk to yourself and the words you use and the intentions, even the intentions, because thoughts have energy. What we send out comes back, right? Life is a circle. We understand this, but everything is energy. So Google Dr. Emoto. He did this study where he froze water and he exposed the frozen water to positive words with positive intentions. And the crystals that formed were aligned, were symmetrical, were beautiful, were just beautiful and showed like a positive effect consistently. And then he did the opposite and exposed frozen water to negative words and intentions for a series of time. And the results were that the patterns were asymmetrical and showed just the opposite effect, which gives proof to the belief that words have power, words carry energy. So do our intentions, so do our beliefs, so do our thoughts. And when you understand that principle, you become more careful with the words you use, the thoughts you have, the intentions you have, because we're the ones that attach meaning to everything. And when I understood this at an energetic level, it shifted everything for me. And I became more aware of the words that I was using, first and foremost to describe myself, but to describe things outside of me and projecting outside of me, also with a thought and also with the intention. What is my intention for this? What is my purpose for this? Always looking at myself, because everything stems from the self, talking about self-concept on here, right? And manifestation. But you get an understanding that the words we're using to describe our experience, our situation, where we are, and we stay in the energy of those words, it keeps us at an energetic vibration and our self-concept at that level as well. Now, when you do the opposite, if you can do something, and remember, if you keep saying the same thing over and over, you're going to keep getting the same results. You've heard that's a definition of insanity. So, and humans tend to default to negative. We're all guilty of it. And I used to too as well. And we're always in process. But when I started this journey 15 years ago of understanding my words, and it is a process because we're always growing, we're always evolving, we're always looking at ourselves, because the only person we can change is ourselves, right? We change ourselves to change our outside world. Then I started understanding that if I can use negative words and default to negative in situations and automatically assume the worst, what if I assume the best? What if I pour love and positive energy and positive words and blessings? And you've heard of praying for people and sending blessings out and wishing people well. That's exactly it. Because everything in life is a circle and it's a boomerang. We send it out positively. We wish people well. And it really transforms the situation. It transforms it first within yourself. And it is an everyday practice. I say this with everything that we do with manifestation, self-concept work, and transforming your life. It is an everyday thing. It is a lifestyle thing. And the more you do it, the more awareness you get. And remember, I don't know if I mentioned this, that in this study of water, our human body is 60, 70% water. So when you understand that your negative self-talk and the words we're using and our intentions and our internal dialogue and our internal conversations are defaulting to negative, that's the energy and that's where we're staying, and that's the loop we're creating. And so how do we shift out of that? And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this. In order to create a new reality, you first have to start with your beliefs and your thoughts, which affect your emotions. And then that has an effect on your outer world. Again, no one to change but the self. So try this. Instead of assuming the worst and defaulting to negative and everything goes bad for me, what if we default to everything is always working out for me? And I love that mantra. It's from Abraham Hicks. I've adopted it. Everything is always working out for me. Abraham Hicks are like the kings, the queen of this manifestation world and vibration. But what if we default to positive and set the intention that everything's going to work out? Everything always works out in my favor. And when we feel like we're stuck in a situation, let's get off of it and find something gentler. Find something that puts us in a better feeling state where we can look at it from a positive angle. Because when you're in a low energetic state, it's very easy to go down that slippery slope and just keep on sliding. So how can you transmute that? And I keep saying this, you're the alchemist. We're our own alchemists. We are the ones who have the power to change that. It's first and foremost the awareness. You pause, but then you shift out of that and say, okay, is this real? Is this true? What limiting beliefs do I have about this? Okay, let me transform this into positive beliefs. That's where the positive words come in. And you start affirming and believing for yourself positive things. You speak power, you speak love. First and foremost, self-love. For me, the biggest and foremost thing that I understood and really changed my self-concept and transformed everything for me was self-love. And when I talk about self-love on here, it's not a narcissistic love because narcissists don't really love themselves. They're actually incredibly insecure people who are looking for external validation outside themselves. When you are okay with yourself and you accept yourself and you approve of yourself, you're not looking for approval or validation outside of you. First and foremost, you give it to yourself. Anything you're looking for other people to fill, avoid, you first have to give it to yourself. We all have a higher power, like God, source, universe, whatever it is for you, we tap into that. And that's how we change that. And we reaffirm that within ourselves, that by sheer virtue, you're alive and you're here and you're whole and you're complete. You are worthy and you are loved and you were born into love. And subconscious programming throughout our life, whether it was culture, family, friends, situations, whatever, we've adopted these limiting beliefs that aren't necessarily true or real, but we stay in this pattern. And you can absolutely change a pattern. You can change anything in your life. People have done it. People change health situations. People change relationship situations. People transform everything. And it starts first and foremost up here in our mind. But the words and the intentions we use. So start assuming that everything in your life is going well. It's working out for you, that this is a positive and it's going to work out well. And if it's something that you feel really overwhelmed or consumed by, let's get off the subject. Let's shift our attention, energy into something else, something that is going to bring you peace or joy or passion. Exercise, read a book, watch something that makes you laugh. That's that nervous system regulation. And you really have to be disciplined with this because life is still life, and learning how not to get triggered by external circumstances. It is what it is. Dismiss them, wish them well, and say, okay, this is reflecting something about me. What belief do I have about this? I need to change myself. And then you move forward from there. No use in changing the past. We can't change it. We understand it, but we change ourselves first and foremost with the words and the intentions we have. And you set the intention of love, of peace, of authenticity. Am I being authentic within myself? Am I being authentic with what I'm saying? Am I being authentic in the situation? Am I speaking my truth? Just because, and people can see it differently, that's okay. We respect that. It's not our job to convince or prove or say anything to anyone. The right people will align with you, and those that don't. You just continue with the knowing that everything is always working out for you. I love that mantra. I say it over and over, especially when I feel my nervous system dysregulated. And I always say that the universe is always rigged in my favor. Everything's rigged in my favor, and everything always works out for me. And no matter what I'm going for, it's going to work out in my favor. I am blessed. I am highly favored. I am loved, and I approve of myself. And I'm divinely protected. And then I send out positive energy to people, places, situations, and release anything, any negative energy. And by releasing, there's releasing exercises. You can find them online, releasing techniques. It incorporates somatic breathing, deep breathing, and just see yourself releasing some of that. But first and foremost, understand the power of words, of thoughts, and emotions. And I invite you to look at this study and Google Dr. Emoto, because you absolutely are worthy. You can create the life of your dreams. The power is all within you. You're the alchemist. So happy manifesting. You can absolutely have everything and anything that you desire.